Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about our Genius Hour focus, which actually relates to focus. Formulating the focus, if you're on this particular phase, this is our final step in investigating, because at this point you've created one, a research outline for your questions, two, you've collected a variety of credible sources in your wakelet, and three, briefly annotated these sources so that you have a better understanding of your topic. And moving forward, we're going to complete the following three things. So any of those three things before going into our to-do on this slide, if those aren't completed, I would encourage you to go ahead and stop this mini lesson and go back and make sure that you have in your portfolios or on your blogs primarily access to all of these things, the research outline, the credible sources on your wakelet, and your annotations, because this particular mini lesson today will speak to the idea that you have these things completed. So the first thing that we're going to do in this mini lesson in terms of formulating the focus is that we're going to access our annotations. You're coming into this and you've already had a chance to do your annotations on three credible sources. We did this same type of concept when we were researching in Unit 4. We were doing our campaigns and our research within those specific topics like mental health. So within that annotation support organizer that you've already completed, I would like for you to use the commenting tool and highlight some of those big themes that you've discovered in your work. So what are some big ideas that you're thinking about? What are some things that you're making connections to? What are some things that you continue to kind of see over and over? So, and using the commenting tool will allow you to highlight those particular ideas. There's no really right or wrong answer. The idea of highlighting some of these big themes is so that we can kind of see what's being mentioned quite a bit in your research. And that way it helps shape your thinking and your focus as you move into the action part of your Genius Hour. So some things to think about, what do you want to do with this research? Think about, now that you're familiar, what do you want to focus in on specifically? What will your Genius Hour project look like? How will you use the research to inform or educate or activate or change others? There's no action for our to-do number 2. It's just some of the things that maybe you need to think about either by yourself because you're doing this project by yourself or with others that are involved in this particular learning experience. The final thing in our to-do is to complete. One of the things that we've done this week is that we've done a lot around planning. So now you've been provided a planning guide. What are some things that really need to be done? And from those to-dos, who's going to do what? So this document, as you click on this planning guide, looks fairly blank, but it's designed to be specific to your individual project needs. So this is something that you're really passionate about. This is something that you're taking charge of. This is something that you want to do. What are all the things that you want to do as a result of this study? So while there will be an example provided in that space, this particular planning guide is completely up to you and the nature of your Genius Hour project. So we will be providing feedback on your planning guide just so that we have a good idea of how we can support you moving forward. But the idea is that between now and next week, we understand the future of your project, which is just what's the plan. Additionally, you'll see on page 6 of our daily agenda link down below for the week of April 6th is that there's a Genius Hour checklist for this week. It just goes through some of the things that should be posted on your blog and the links that we should have access to so that we can provide feedback as needed and meet with you and understand what your project and learning experience is all about. If you have any questions, please let us know how we can support you anytime.